And welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast that doesn't believe Shiv is worthy of Tom's loyalty. I don't think Tom is really worthy of anything at all.
No.
But maybe they deserve each other.
Yeah,
Maybe
I lean more like they both are wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I made a joke about Succession, Game of Thronesing. And its very end, like, Shiv burns down the Waystar Royco building and then has sex with cousin Greg. And they're like, as a joke. And then there was like the scene on this week's where she like,
you're not fuck me.
Yeah. She's like, oh my God, did I make it happen? Did I make it come true?
You manifested it.
I know, I manifested it. I manifested it. No, let's do a couple listener questions.
Okay.
Alyssa, if you had one do-over, what would it be?
If I had one do-over, what would it be? Honestly, I'd have to go back to the time during COVID when I cut my hair really short and bleached it blonde, and it's taken me 2.5 years to grow it all out and fix it. That, honestly, it's vain, but it's true.
My do-over is like boring. I wish I would have in my 20s been more focused on saving money to buy a house in California 15 years later.
Look,
yeah, I know.
Do-overs hit home.
I know. Like, God damn it. Even in 2018, if I would have just been like, I'm going to focus on doing this now. Megan, you know what I'm talking about.
We all would have known in 2018.
I know, seriously. Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
Erin, what's been your favorite part of doing this podcast?
Ooh, I think there's a lot of things I really love about it, but the thing that is extremely necessary was in 2020 during like the height of pandemic, it was like the only human conversations that I
100%.
had. Every week it was like a built-in 2-hour conversation with several people who I like and who like me. And it felt so, I think I would have like lost my mind if I didn't have the podcast. How about you?
No, same thing. It's like the pandemic lasted so long that it was like, and for huge swaths of it, I did not have anything else to do other than, of course, make jam, which also didn't involve people. So it was the same. It gave me something to look forward to every week.
Oh, good. Well, I hope that's how the podcast functions for our listeners. Want you to feel like you're hanging out with your pals, but you're not expected to participate. You don't have to. You can just sit back and relax and enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to prep at all.
No. Okay. Alyssa, do you want to go first? Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty this week?
Sanity Corner for me for the Big 250.
Okay.
And for the Big 250, let's celebrate Martha Stewart being 81 and on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I mean, the pictures were one thing, the behind the scenes were totally another. It is amazing that at 81, she's the oldest woman to ever grace the cover of Sports Illustrated, but she was just like living her best fucking life during that photo shoot. I'm sure Snoop gave her some weed, and she was just like, pour that water on me. She's like, slick my hair back. She's like, she was so not self-conscious. She was so just fucking in it and enjoying it that I really, on the same week, we get Martha on the cover of Sports Illustrated. The same week, the FDA is going to maybe give us some hot flash medicine. It's like, this was a win for women this week.
And book club, the next chapter.
Oh, please.
Oh, man. Megan, what are you going to go with?
Megan Gailey reporting live from the sports desk. We have reached the Eastern and Western Conference Finals in the NBA. Now, it is the same Final Four teams that was in the bubble season that was down in Orlando. So that is very reminiscent of the pandemic. In the Western Conference Finals, Carolina's very upset, giving me thumbs down when I said I was going to do this. It's the Los Angeles Lakers. What? Who would have seen this coming? Against the Denver Nuggets. LeBron is on the Lakers. He is amazing, and we like him. Sometimes he makes some bad decisions, but I am a Lakers house. My husband is so excited. Denver, they really do nothing. They do nothing for me. Nikola Jokic is a 2-time MVP, and he's really seems like a fine, lovely man. Immigrated here from Serbia. His daughter is really cute, and she points at her ring finger like, "Dada, let's win a ring." And she's under 2 years old, so she is watching Miss Rachel. And then on the Eastern Conference Finals, it's the Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat. Yikes. I would say don't look at the fan bases. If you look too closely at the Boston fans, you're going to be very upset. Jimmy Butler is on the Miami Heat. It's truly crazy that they've come this far. They're an 8 seed. Their coach is Eric Spoelstra. He's a half Filipino, so he's a king in our household. I will be rooting for the Heat. Jason Tatum has a cute son, but he is also getting like older. These NBA kids that you meet them when they're like 2, and then they're at the press conference and they're like 6, and you're like, get back to school. Like I don't need you traveling all over the country to watch your dad. Okay, so yeah, it's a fun time, and the games are great. I think a lot of times these Eastern and Western Conference finals end up being better than the finals because they've still got a little gas in the tank. So if you're going to watch any basketball, I would suggest during this week and next week.
Interesting. I forgot about it
I
because
know.
Denver makes me so mad. I can't even. I don't dislike the city of Denver. I don't dislike the idea of Denver. I just don't like this team. I just don't like.
They're pretty boring. There is a guy on the team who, Michael Porter Jr., we got mad at him. It was a culture war thing, and I remember we were mad at him, but I can't remember why. Jamal Murray did go live on Instagram during the pandemic while his girlfriend was giving him a blowjob. And I cannot not think about it every single time I see him.
Ugh, man. That's why live on Instagram is just dangerous.
Just get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Elon, get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Okay, I will go next. Mine is this is more reporting from the TikTok front lines. This is what took over my FYP this week. Something known as TattooGate. So there's a general arc that these dissatisfied customer virality moments go on. It's like a customer gets something that they weren't that is underwhelming. They post their interaction with the person who provided the service, overcharge them, rip them off, or whatever. And then it goes viral, and then people start digging into the history of the original poster. Anyway, so this is TattooGate. There was a Canadian woman named Courtney who was trying to get a tattoo. She wanted to get a tattoo of a fox, and she wanted to get a tattoo from a specific artist. She sent the artist 2 inspiration sketches, and the artist was like, cool, I require a $180 deposit and $1,500 for the sketch, and you get 1 change in the sketch. And that's weird. And it doesn't apply to the cost of the tattoo.
Oh.
Which is weird because I've got several tattoos which you can't see. They're under my clothes. But they every time I've gotten one that involved any artistry, it's like a collaboration with the artist. You pick the artist, you go in and you tell them what you're looking for, and they show you a couple things, and it's fun. It's like a person who's an artist doing some cool art on you. But this artist wasn't feeling it at all. She's like, you pay me for the sketch, and then whatever. So she gets the sketch. The sketch fucking sucks. And then she wants to make changes to the sketch. It looks nothing like what she had sent. The woman who wanted the tattoo was then told that she was basically out the money unless she got this tattoo. She posted it. Everyone was like, that is not how this works, blah, 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 blah. And then they revealed that the tattoo artist had actually traced the picture of the fox. It wasn't even an original illustration. And other people who had been ripped off by this tattoo artist came forward. And then a famous TikTok tattoo guy named Matt Vogt, Vaught, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly or not, offered to fly her down to LA and give her a tattoo for free. And so that's how that story ends.
Is it how it ends, or is this the next chapter?
Yeah, what's going on with Courtney?
I want to know, yeah.
Did we find any posts of hers?
We haven't. She hasn't been milkshake ducked.
Yeah, she's Canadian, so maybe...
She seemed like a real nice lady.
Wait, what's milkshake ducked?
Oh, it's a Twitter in-joke where it was like, everybody loves milkshake duck. Everyone's going crazy for the milkshake duck, ... The milkshake duck is actually a racist. Basically, every time something goes viral that we all are like, we love Ken Bone.
Right.
We love...
There's
There's a beat where it's like, he posted some anti-Semitic things.
Right.
I don't know if Ken Bone actually did that. But, there's always something. You got to just be really careful before you're overly enthusiastic.
Champion a person.
Exactly. Even when we were daddying Andrew Cuomo, he got...
Oh, yeah.
Well,
he had... there was always a little that, I don't know, I shouldn't be doing that, but he had, nipple piercing.
What?
Yeah, he had, his nipples pierced. He was giving a press conference, and I'm like... And then I just saw that, and I I was like, there's something, that's very like, I grew up in New Jersey, so just whatever. Anyway.
Oh man. Okay, so that's my both sanity corner, and I feel petty. Now my FYP is going to be taken over by tattoo content for a long time,
right.
which is fine. All right, Jena, do you want to bring us home?
Sure. My sanity corner, I want to say, is the solidarity among the Writers Guild membership. It makes me feel sane because what's going on in our industry is so existential, but also the sanity among other unions, all of us working together, the consensus. I think there are so many DGA members who are also WGA members who are in our corner. SAG is in our corner. The Teamsters are in our corner. I think like the multi-union solidarity in this current moment.
IATSE?
Yeah. Is very motivating and inspiring. Yeah. And then, the thing that's really upsetting is just the fact that Netflix and these companies don't even seem to care. They're not even trying to negotiate with us. They think that AI is going to be this like new technology panacea. And somebody was saying like, this is the nature of things. There was like the printing press and then there was the internet. But I don't believe that AI is the answer, also because AI is like a, plagiarism machine that still requires human labor to get it right, but we only just outsource it in other countries. But then also, like, I think artists will be the last to be automated, and artists are a reflection of our culture and of each other. And if we try to automate that, we all lose. And so it's fascinating to me that the suits over at these companies are trying to automate us when, like, it would make so much more sense economically for them to be automated first. Nothing I'm saying hasn't been on a protest sign, but just the way, and maybe it's because it's the Writers Guild, and as far as guilds, we're pretty capable of taking time off work compared to a teachers union or nursing. Like, so we're a less vulnerable guild, but we're also wordsmiths. So the conversation that everyone is having, I think, is really just right on, and I love that. It's almost anti-culture war in the sense, to bring it home, of like, it's a lot of really smart people all on the same page about what is happening, and it feels very clear-eyed and deliberate, and I just hope the rest of the country supports us, because I think that this fight is critical, and it ties to every other labor fight going on in the country.
It transcends the entertainment business. It's
Absolutely.
In every single, it's like Amazon workers, Starbucks. Like we have free time because we had free time before, and let's put you on our back. I'm like, throw fucking guns in there. I'll pick it for anything now, all right?
You got the picketing bug.
Yes.
You're going to picket anything. It's funny, the comparisons between like AI and printing press and stuff. Like, okay, so the Luddites were, people who are anti-technology are like, oh, they're Luddites. But, like, the Luddites were right. They were smashing, like, automated machinery that was designed to replace them. And it did replace them. So, like, yeah, we're fucking Luddites. But that's fine, because art should not suffer because of, like, studio greed. All right, that's all the time we have on episode 250. It was one for the books.
One for the books.
One for the books. Megan, Gailey, Jena Friedman, thank you so much for being here for episode 250. Such a special, fun day for everybody. Alyssa Mastromonaco, thank you for being my ride or die. And listeners, thank you for sticking with us for this entire time. And here's to 250 more. There will be more Hysteria next week.